And I feel like the answer, I can give a spiritual answer and I can give a very real world answer, but it's unfortunate that the answer to most things seems to be the same. However, I will argue the following point. I would like to argue that the matrix in and of itself still requires the time and energy of humans to function. It needs people to do things. A man must go build the road. A man currently, AI isn't there yet, thank God, because once that happens, we're in a lot of trouble, has to go and be a policeman. It needs the time and energy of other humans to be invested in the matrix for the matrix to be propagated. So if you want to fight against the matrix, the logical conclusion would be is that you need a lot of time and energy. If X amount of time and energy is being used to enslave you, the argument would be quite logical to portray that you will need Y amount of time and energy to combat X amount of time and energy. Even if it's less, you're still going to need some. Yes. It's going to be difficult to beat the time and energy of X, the matrix, with none. Then you have to sit and say, well, do I have enough time and energy on my own by myself? And the answer to that is, of course, no, because you're combating millions of people. Even if these millions of people are hyper inefficient, even if they're hyper lazy, there's too many of them propagating the system for you to beat by itself. So you need people on your team who agree with your mission. You need their time and energy. In our position, we use our influence to try and waken people up. Inside the war room, we operate as a fraternity because brotherhood has always been one of the easiest ways to resist oppression. However, if you're the layman at home watching this saying, okay, let's assume I agree everything with what the Tates say, what do I do about it? I would argue you need as much time and energy as possible, and you can do those things by following. One, you need to be in good physical condition. Of course, you need to be able to be an energetic person. And two, you need to have as much free time as possible so you're prepared to resist. But neither of those things are going to answer the question. The true answer is you need the stored time and energy of other people. Because when you have the stored time and energy of other people, then you have people who you can directly get to do exactly what you need to help you. What is the stored time and energy of other people? Money. Money. Because if I need a floor swept for 2 hours, I can pay X amount of dollars for that floor to be swept for 2 hours. I can get the time and energy of a human for 2 hours to sweep a floor for money. If they try to put me in a jail and I need someone to read my file and tell the world why I'm innocent, I have to hire a lawyer. It is his time and energy and he wants money. You need as much money as possible so that you can resist the oncoming enslavement by allowing yourself to attract and enlist the time and energy of other humans to help you with your cause, or at least help you protect your personal sovereignty. As all of this goes down, I'm not saying money is the answer. What I'm saying is you're not going to be in a worse position if you're rich. No. You're going to be in the worst position if you're completely broke. If you're totally broke and you can't eat, you're going to accept anything they throw at you to get the bread. You're going to accept the enslavement. You're going to accept the lies. You're going to live in fear. If you're rich enough with a strong enough network, knowing you can enlist the time and energy of other people, you can raise a small group of loyal individuals whose time and energy together is enough to resist the oncoming and absolute oppression of the matrix, because the matrix is propagated by the time and energy of humans. So if you're sitting here watching this and you agree with everything I say, my only answer to you is to get as strong as possible and get as rich as possible. And it's kind of funny that God made life so easy, because everyone pretends life is difficult. What's the meaning of life? Life's hard. What am I supposed to do? I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have as many kids as possible, and you're supposed to be as strong and as rich as possible. That's life as a man. That's all you have to do. Is what you're doing right now going to help you procreate, get rich, or get strong?
That's actually the life mission of every single life form, whether it be a tree or a cheetah or an ant. Procreate as much as possible, have as many resources as possible, to live as long as possible, to procreate and be as strong as possible so you can compete as best you can on the marketplace of life. So it's actually every life form on Earth. That's not just humans. So you say God has made it easy. God has also shown you a universal rule, a universal constant that isn't defied by any life form. There is no life form out there that does better if it doesn't procreate, if it stays as weak as possible and doesn't compete and doesn't harness resources. There isn't a single life form on this planet of every life form we know that doesn't follow the exact same pattern. So God has put the instruction manual out there. If one thing's a universal constant, it's that.
Absolutely. It's the number one universal constant, and God's made life easy for that reason. So, if people
simple. Let's use simple.
It's not easy. It's certainly simple.
Yes.
What you need to be doing each day is getting as strong as possible, getting as rich as possible, and finding other people on the same mission as you and getting their time and energy working in a similar direction. Whether you do that via fraternity, do that via employees, do that via having children, whatever you do, you need time and energy of humans on the same side as you, because the other side have a bunch of time and energy. And I want to make this clear because people say to me, how do I get more girls? Become as strong and rich as possible. How do I resist enslavement? Strong and rich as possible. How do I get happy? Be as strong and rich as possible. The answer is the same to everything.
Thank you for watching this video, and if you want to learn more, go to joviani.com, insert your name and email, and get my free ebook on how to make money online promoting other people's products. And remember to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell in order to get alerted on the new videos I'm constantly releasing day by day. See you on the next video.